Welcome, brothers, to Space Marines 2 for the Emperor!
So yeah, that was a fun little intro. I just wanted to do that, just to show my passion for this game. But yeah, I'm gonna explain a couple of things. Basics, if you don't know them, then that's cool. If you do know them, that's cool as well. Welcome to Space Marines 2. By far, one of my favorite games that I've played in quite a long time. Other than Pal World, of course. This is just right up my alley as far as brutality and overall just the ass whoopery that's involved in this game is phenomenal. Absolutely love it. First thing that we're going to talk about is the 3 game modes that you have. You have the campaign, which is pretty basic. You run around as Lieutenant Titus, and as Titus, you whoop a lot of alien ass. That's pretty much the gist of it, with a slew of executions that are very fun to do and very brutal. Now, the other 2 game modes are operations, which is essentially kind of like the campaign, but you're leveling up your separate character. Between your characters that you have that you could level up, and you could level up any one of them that you run, but you have your heavy, your sniper, your bulwark, your vanguard, assault, and tactical. Now, personally, I like my bulwark because that's the highest level one that I have right now. And you get a shield and a power sword and a handgun, and you can kind of switch around between the stuff. With the bulwark, like I said, standard issue, you get 3 different options, and this is specifically in the PVE side of the things. So you got chainsword, you got your power glove here, your power sword. And with that, through the game, you do missions and you find these little green things here, or these purple things, as you go up into harder missions, and then the gold ones is in the hardest side of the missions. And you take that and you use that to upgrade your weapons. Upgrading the weapons, you'll usually have about 2 or 3 to choose from with what you're going for. So it's all in the way that you want to play and how you really want to get after it. Strength, speed, cleaving potential is usually with all your melee weapons here. And then you have defense, which is your ability to parry, block, or even be able to have a bigger window opening when parrying. One thing that I didn't actually notice until later on, when it comes to this, balanced clearly is pretty easy to describe and to show off here. You have moderate, perfect parry window. So it's not that big of an opening, but it's pretty big. It's not hard to hit that. The fencing increases the parrying window. Blocking, you can't parry. That's bottom line with that. And that's unfortunate, but it's the way it goes. But it also comes at the cost of a lot of things. So right here we have balance, which gives us more strength, but this is also a mastercraft weapon. If you go into the second part of it, it only allows you to block, but it gives you more cleaving power and drops the strength. So this is the amount of stuff that you can hit through. Then we get into these guys here. We have another balanced sword here, which the strength is all the way up to 9, but we have it balanced. But then this is only blocking because we get extra speed off of it as well. You also have your perk trees, which are pretty self-explanatory when it comes to these. And whenever you open them up, it just costs the material to unlock the area, I believe. And then otherwise it's just gold to buy whatever it is. So you can also use these artifacts here. Not artifacts, what are they called? But yeah, these thingies up here, I can't remember what they're called, but you use those to also be able to kind of like max out a weapon's mastery level quickly if you don't want to use it that often. But playing the game is kind of the way that you want to go about that. When it comes to each one of these guys, they have themselves a perk tree as well, where you can unlock various things that give you better stuff or take away certain things that you could not do prior. With the bulwark, it's almost like a tank healer, I guess it would be, because he can take a lot of damage and also be able to help his teammates out a lot more when it comes down to it for this stuff, especially since he has his banner, which is his main thing, the chapter banner. Now when it comes to the sniper class, this is more of your stealth and long range distance class, not really much into melee, but has a lot to do with his camo. So he can actually save the team pretty good too with this camo cloak if stuff starts to go downhill. Heavy, pretty self-explanatory. Big gun, big things, big old dome thing that he has as far as his ability goes. So he's able to create a dome in front of him and block shots, essentially. Very heavy damage, and he doesn't carry a melee weapon. He's only using firearms. When it comes to the Vanguard, this is probably one of your more balanced characters. I'd say between the Vanguard and the tactical are probably the more balanced characters. They have a lot that they bring to the table to where they can bring in certain weapons that they use, especially when it comes to the big boy stuff here. You got a lot to choose from. In Vanguard, Vanguard has a grapple hook, and the tactical has this little scanner thing. Now, this doesn't seem like it's that great of a thing in your arsenal when it comes to PVE, but there's stuff in here like this, like signal jammer. Like if you hit them with the scan, then enemies can't call for help, which is very useful because when they start calling for help, it gets to be a pain in the butt to try to keep up with all of them that are coming in, and then those can call for help as well, and it can kind of turn getting through that in particular level a lot more difficult. Vanguard has his grapple hook. That's pretty self-explanatory. You're just able to get around a lot easier. So mobility. When it comes to the assault, I like the assault. I haven't used the assault much, but he has his jump pack, kind of like you do in the campaign mode. He also has a heavy bolt pistol, and he also has a regular bolt pistol as well. He is the only one, I think, out of the group that can carry a heavy bolt pistol. I think everybody else has just a regular bolt pistol. Yep. Plus he has that giant hammer, which he's the only one that could use the hammer, and this is extremely fun. I love the hammer. The hammer's just dope. It's a lot of power, a lot of anger coming out of the air. Now, the PvP side of this is called Eternal War. Now, Eternal War, it's pretty basic, and I like the fact that they went very simple with this. You have your regular quick match, which puts you into anything. But then you have 3 different game modes. You have Seize the Ground, Capture and Control, and Annihilation. In sense, in like Call of Duty terms, which most people understand, or any other game like back in Halo and everything, you got Domination, you have Hard Point, and then you have Team Deathmatch. So for the PvP side of things, it works a bit different. They are separate leveling systems. So if you're going to be playing PvP, then you might as well play PvP. The one thing that is crossover is the armor and stuff that you get while you're rolling through here. So this stuff is interchangeable between the PvE and PvP, but the weapons and upgrading and stuff is not. Over here, like, you can, it's basically a skins game to get the best skins for this. All of the weapons are going to be standard for what they are, and you have a choice of frag grenades, or grenades in general. You got grenade, shot grenade, you got the Kraken, you got the melt-a-bomb. Now, these Kraken grenades, I've had people use them on me, and they will track you and stick you, as long as it's fairly close to them. It tracks and sticks to them, so it's basically a sticky grenade. I have not messed with the melt-a-bomb in PvP or seen it really in that, but I imagine that this could be really good in like Hardpoint or the Domination side, which is where you can just lay down one of these, run away, and then let them come in there and try to take it, and then boom, ignite it. But I right now use the frag grenades. The shot grenades do a shocking thing, but I think one of the characters, I can't remember if it's the Vanguard or maybe it's the sniper as well, I don't know, or maybe it's just a standard thing for the shot grenades, but it's basically a shock and flash grenade. Like, you can't see after it goes off. But yeah, when it comes to the PvP side of it, my personal favorite is the sniper. I'd say second favorite would be the heavy, is because you can mow down a lot of stuff, but everything kind of has a counter. So like counter sniper would be the tactical, because he has that scan thing, and once that hits you, even if you are invisible, it's gonna mark you. Bulwark's really fun actually to play as well in multiplayer, because of the simple fact that his shield that he has blocks any incoming fire, as long as they're right in front of you. Anything to the side is going to be null and void. Love this game. It's really fun. Still is really fun. I personally like the multiplayer over the PvE side of it, just because I like the competitive nature of it, and again, of how simple it is. It's not the most fleshed out multiplayer that you could possibly get, but it's still a good one in my opinion. I will say this as well, when it comes to leveling up, when you're leveling up, all these guys are kind of unanimous with this veterancy level. Tongue-tied on that one. That's where everything kind of comes from. So even though that I've played this in particular character much more, where he is a company champion, and I haven't played this much with this guy, I still managed to unlock the plasma pistol for him, and he's got his power sword. And same with the assault. Like, he doesn't start with the hammer, he starts with the chain sword. One thing that I am looking forward to is getting this bad boy. The Stalker rifle is probably my favorite rifle in the whole game. Like, you could 3-shot a lot of the enemies, especially the bigger ones, or the medium-sized ones, I guess it would be. But in PvP, that's another reason why I like this in particular one as well, because it's gotta hit hard. Like, I'm waiting to use it to give my review on it. But the sniper rifle is 2 shots if you hit one in the head, and then it's 3 shots if you do all body shots. So it took me a while to get used to this because a lot of other weapons, especially if you're getting shot at close range, you're going to be not able to get the shots off quick enough before they down you. But I have done some work with it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed my content, drop a sub. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, and write down in the comments below what's your favorite, if you've played this yet, how you're liking it, and what's your favorite for PvP and PvE as far as the Marines go. Other than that, keep you willy washed, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.